What is the soul of a game? I would probably define the soul of a game as the reason you keep coming back to play it, the reason you find this game worth your time. For some games, this simply relies on the gameplay. If you don't want to play a fast-paced shooter, then don't play Call of Duty. But for others, it's more complicated. For Souls games like Elden Ring, the appeal lies with its immense difficulty. For fantasy games like Skyrim, it's about immersing yourself in the fantasy setting, and for MMO games like Final Fantasy, it's about sitting around in hub worlds. Understanding the soul of a game is vital to any franchise, as it's an understanding of why your fanbase keeps playing your games. So how about for Pokemon? What's the soul of that game? What keeps bringing back its players for one more adventure? Well, at its very core, Pokemon is a JRPG, as in the game you gather your party and adventure forth to explore a new world. Along the way, you encounter and fight monsters, and by fighting those monsters, you become stronger yourself. Realistically, Pokemon doesn't shake up that formula in any significant way, such as real-time elements in combat. Combat is actually much simpler in Pokemon than it is in other JRPGs, as in Pokemon, you normally only have to manage one ally and enemy at a time. Gameplay-wise, Pokemon doesn't do much to differentiate itself from the competition. So what makes Pokemon appeal to the masses? Well, it's thanks to a simple yet effective desire. In other RPGs, when you encounter a monster you think is really cool, you kinda wish that monster could be your party member. And in Pokemon, it fulfills that fantasy. While there are some very niche exceptions, the beauty of Pokemon is that you can capture that monster and turn it into a member of your party. Pokemon is a JRPG all about capturing and raising monsters, and this is where the appeal and the soul of Pokemon lies. The soul of Pokemon comes in designing, raising, and fighting with your own Pokemon team. Instead of focusing on story elements or gameplay, the games instead choose to focus in on hyped monster designs and variety amongst its cast. Each Pokemon's uniqueness allows players to draft different team compositions based on typing, appearance, or whatever cosmic horror the player might come up with. The team building concept is the soul of Pokemon, and is what brings new players into the series, as you get to explore a new region and create a new team with brand new Pokemon and returning favorites. Even games that remove this raising aspect allows you to use Pokemon from games where you raised them, as they lack that key component to what makes them a Pokemon game. Once you beat the game, each Pokemon on your team is displayed in the Hall of Fame, and these are your boys! Each Pokemon you have has a story, whether it be the legendary Pokemon you hiked up a treacherous mountain to obtain, or the Caterpie that you caught on Route 1. Each Pokemon on your team has a story behind it. Each move learned was another battle you'd won using it. One of the major appeals of Pokemon is the memories you build with your team as you play through the games. This is what the soul of Pokemon is. And as this is the soul of Pokemon, systems around it need to be designed very carefully, as a change to one of these systems could affect the very appeal of the games. This is what brings me to my problem with modern Pokemon games. A small change, one that could have gone unnoticed from the outside, but one that attacks the very soul of Pokemon. The change of the Exp Share. While the Exp Share has been around since the beginning of Pokemon, there have actually been many iterations of it. The one that most viewers are familiar with is the Gen 3 to Gen 5 version. In this generation, the Exp Share was a holdable item. If you had a Pokemon hold it, it would either give them additional EXP whenever they defeated an enemy Pokemon, or give them XP whenever they weren't in combat. On the surface, you can see why the Exp Share could be problematic, as it automated one of the major appeals of Pokemon, raising your Pokemon. However, sometimes systems like this can be beneficial, as systems like aim assist or buffers that theoretically take away from gameplay have become industry staples. If a system takes away from the soul of a game, yet adds more value to the game than taking away from it, it can be a great boon. The Exp Share proudly sat in this middle line, adding more value to Pokemon than robbing from it. As a system, the Exp Share helped develop new strategies in Pokemon. The player could now train Pokemon considered to be impossible to train before, or quickly raise a Pokemon found right before a gym where it would be super strong. At the same time, it avoided being overbearing, as developing multiple Pokemon would still take time. Battling with Pokemon required a fine balance of using your strong Pokemon or using the Pokemon that you had to train. The value of the EXP share in Pokemon was this added strategy to the game, and it outweighed the negatives. However, it wouldn't be long until a change occurred. At the end of Gen 5, Pokemon made big jumps forward with the release of Generation 6. Pokemon introduced casual-friendly ways to customize Pokemon stats, made the jump to 3D graphics, and introduced Mega Pokemon, a way to use the Pokemon you love even if they lost all their usefulness after Gym 4. A lot of these changes were for the better, as they overall increased the player choice and helped make it easier to create teams with even more customization options. Allowing casual players to EV train allowed Pokemon stats to be easily customizable. However, with all these changes, there was one change that, while it was small, would permanently hurt the series. Since, while the EXP share only made up a small part of the game, it would fundamentally damage a major aspect of the series. By changing the EXP share so that it applies to all your Pokemon and not one, fundamentally damages the appeal of raising your Pokemon. The moment I realized this was an issue is when I was playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, a great addition to the Pokemon franchise, but still with that glaring EXP issue. While playing through the game, I came to the first boss, a simple Munchlax. What I realized, however, is the Munchlax was level 11. So, nervously, I sent out my Rowlet, who was also level 11. Regrettably, I embraced my defeat, thinking about how I would deal with this challenge in the future. Should I raise my Rowlet to a higher level, or should I capture more Pokemon? I considered this as my Rowlet would fall in combat. Psych! Because I actually had 5 other random Pokemon in my inventory that were also around level 11 that had just been sitting in my inventory. I sent out my Shinx that I never used before, nor had any experience with, or any attachment to it, and I never trained it at all. Needless to say, it turned quickly into an empty victory. Some complain that the new EXP share makes the games too easy. However, this is not where the issue lies, as difficulty can be easily balanced by giving opponents' Pokemon more levels or lowering the amount of EXP you obtain. This issue with the new EXP share runs deeper than that. In a game so focused on raising your team, the new EXP share hurts that idea completely. Having the EXP shared first removes all unique strategies that was introduced in the EXP share's original iteration. You no longer have to balance training with matchup advantage, as the EXP is shared equally amongst your party members. However, these changes are minor, as it's simply just taking away value the original EXP share gave. The soul of each Pokemon game is taking your time to train each Pokemon, and training each Pokemon gives you a special memory for that playthrough. The way the EXP share works now, it actively robs the moments you build with your team by allowing you to skip the process of raising a Pokemon yourself, so you don't feel any satisfaction with their growth. Each move isn't a story. This Pokemon has just been sitting in your inventory. You didn't raise him. The EXP share change is actually a huge disservice to the Pokemon franchise for this very reason, by removing one of the main ways you train your Pokemon. To be honest, I haven't played a mainstream Pokemon game since Sun and Moon, and I don't plan on changing that anytime soon either. The EXP share change ruined a lot of the enjoyment I gained from Pokemon by removing its soul and one of the most loved features from Pokemon, training my Pokemon and creating memories with them. I want to play the new games, but ever since the EXP share has been changed, the games just felt unsatisfying, and I don't think I'm the only one. But perhaps there's a middle ground. How about we allow the EXP share to be turned on or off again, or maybe even change to its original Gen 3 to Gen 5 form, so that hopefully everybody can get more options and play Pokemon the way that they want to play it. I'm America Jin. Thank you so much for watching.